Alright, turn it up, turn it up. They put Bone Trestle into Dedan's theme. I cannot believe they put Bone Trestle into... I need a minute. Oh right, they've got another little addendum. I wasn't at all expecting to record this. And honestly, I don't know if this is even the best note to end this on, but there has been some... Like, part of me doesn't even want to talk about this because I just honestly find it so dumb and I just don't care most of the time for drama and stuff, but like, there has been some controversy about Dedan's new theme because it includes references to Bone Trestle. Yep, this is what we're doing. So, I'm not saying that you can't, like, dislike some of the new music. Like, you're entitled to your opinion. That's all completely fine. But getting mad over Bone Trestle is just... It's legitimately hard for me to, like, wrap my head around why, because it's like... You know, obviously, I like Toby Fox, you know, I'm not afraid to admit that, like, I'm probably going to be biased towards his music to an extent. But I, like, still try to, like, put myself in other people's shoes because of that, so I, like, think to myself, like, say, if Undertale got a remake and, you know, Toby Fox decided to get composers for other video games to compose a new soundtrack for Undertale, I just feel like I wouldn't be upset at all about that. Like, in fact, I'd be excited because it would be like, oh, we're getting a whole brand new version of Undertale's soundtrack that, like, sounds amazing. And, like, even though, like, I'm sure there will be plenty of songs where I'd be like, I prefer the original. I feel like overall I'd just be happy to get something new. And so, like, getting genuinely mad and complaining about the new music and off is just, like, I don't understand. And, like, furthermore, like, I feel like, say, if they, like, got a composer for Amori, for example, to, like, compose Hopes and Dreams in Undertale, like, if they put, like, references to Amori's theme, or, like, say, Basil's theme or something like that in there, like, I'd be popping off for that. I think that's, like, awesome, because there's, like, actual, like, narrative connections there that you can read to and that you can read into, and it's like that's what's being done with Bone Trestle with Dedan. Like, I just feel like that's such an amazing connection that's being made, and I just love seeing, like, indie developers like this, like, working together and, like, referencing each other's work in interesting ways. And so it's just upsetting that people somehow get upset about that. So yeah, it's my mini rant. But anyways, so it's not ended on a complete downer. First of all, want to check. So speaking of Dedan art, very nice. Also, you got a little Elson working on the cow. Huh. Guess while I'm here, I can see if I can spot anything new. Oh, hey, Judge. I wish you good day, my ubiquitous companion. Before long, you will have admired every last scarlet and ultramarine landscape of this zone. You seem bewildered by the singular architecture of this place. If that is so, you really must learn to concentrate, so as to clearly distinguish between the opportunities afforded to you by every corner of this labyrinth. Next time, you young drunkard, you might linger at the threshold of decision a little longer before leaping through one of these trap doors. So anyways, I'm going to complain about some of the changes made in the new version of Off now. So, I think, the bar here is especially unnecessary for this puzzle because the judge is like already there to give you a tip about it. So again, it's not, you know, the biggest deal in the world, and I'm not going to get like unnecessarily mad about it because that would be kind of dumb. But yeah, personally, I do think the bar there is unnecessary. You know, a bit of mature criticism. How about that? Now I'm going to go back to Elson. So while we're on the note, though, of referencing Undertale music and off, since apparently that is on the table, because obviously I wasn't actually expecting that to happen. Like, that was amazing. It is fun to see. Like, in every playthrough that's been done of this demo, I just skip to that part first, because I love just seeing people's reactions to it, because no one can believe it. And, while going over the newsletters, I actually mentioned when it was announced that Toby Fox would be helping with the new soundtrack, that it would be insane if we got an off version of Megalovania. And now, obviously, what comes to mind is, like, the possibility that that could appear in the judges' fight. I'm still not expecting that to happen, and, like, I don't think that needs to. Because when I thought about, like, the idea of Megalovania coming in, I wasn't thinking of it being, like, added to an existing song, because there's going to be new content in the full version of this remake. And so I was thinking for one of the new bosses, Megalovania could be referenced. But now suddenly it's like, maybe Megalovania actually could show up in the judges' theme. And I'd find that pretty funny. So since this rant gave me an excuse to keep recording off, I figured I could go back to get a few extra secret stuff. First of all, in the mines, I just remembered, really just by rewatching a playthrough, that to get into the locked door here, there's actually this single lamp that's not lit up. There's a strange switch on this lamp. A door opened. There we go.
We're safe here, but we'll have to try to escape once we run out of meat. Why did you open the door? The specters are going to attack us. Leave. Leave us right now. The regulations prohibit outside visitors in the main galleries. Get out!
3 pieces of Belial's meat have been found. So these actually would have been pretty useful. Okay. Yeah, these would have been pretty useful in the Dedan fight because they actually cure all negative status effects, and Dedan kept putting the batter to sleep when I fought him, so... Exploration is rewarded, that's nice to see. I find it, like, legitimately hilarious somehow I just missed all of the Belial's meat. That would have saved me so much trouble. Oh, that's funny. Purification in progress. Also, speaking of music, though, I am, like, so curious what the music's going to sound like in Zone 2 and Zone 3 specifically, with the main battle theme, because it does seem like White Meat is just going to be the Zone 1 theme. Like, I feel like that's, like, a very tasteful change, because in the original off, you had Pepper's Steak, which was absolutely amazing, but then over time, it just slowed down, and I feel like that does, like, work fine. I mean, Undertale actually basically does the opposite with its genocide route, where the overworld theme slows down, because, you know, Undertale took a lot of inspiration from off, which, you know, makes it poetic to, reference Undertale here when you get the composer of Undertale working on the new soundtrack. Crazy. Like, who would have guessed? But yeah, and I think it's just really cool to go in that different direction where instead of just having the battle theme slow down, we're actually getting multiple different battle themes I imagine will sound more deranged over time. Just like the batter himself. That'll be fun. But also, of course, I'm really excited for is the brand new content that we'll apparently be getting. Really curious about that. So yeah. Again, though, I am not the biggest off expert, so I'm not sure if there might be more stuff I've missed. As I say that, I find another chest. But yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to show off. I'll probably be extra careful in exploring everything when the full game is out. So that'll be fun when it happens. Hey Zachary, what are your thoughts on the recent controversy regarding Dedan's new theme? Understandable. Have a nice day. And save. Return to the nothingness. Yes. It's nice here, just me and the voices.